All right, all right, all right. We got Chris over. I'm gonna give this bad boy a try. I'm gonna try and do a little plasma cutting. And now we have the neighbor coming. So Chris here, Chris is a neighbor. He's a very wise guy. And he's going to, let's see which way I go here. Chris is gonna, he owns a welding fabrication shop in, which way do I gotta go to get this to get to you? It's pissing me off. Hey, peekaboo. So Chris is gonna help me try and figure out how to cut these things and without cutting my leg off. And
yeah. Fire problem here. That's torching my wood in there too.
Well, at least I can get under here to stomp on it. So is going as easy as you thought? Because I thought that looked pretty freaking simple. All right, guys, so we have a little update. We also have a pretty cool air show going on right now. Throughout the summer, we have this stunt plane pilot that likes to do his acrobats and practice his profession. Let's see if I can find him. So you're gonna be hearing that in the background. Yeah, he does loop-de-loops and everything else and all these barrel rolls, and he'll stall it and you'll hear it shut off, and all of a sudden you'll come down to the bottom. And
so Ian is cutting containers with Chris here. Wonderful Friday night. Nice hot in summer here, and just getting on to the next step here. Hey Ian! Sure they can't hear me.
Want to see? Plasma cutter.
Dude, this thing is a piece of cake. I'm excited.
I watch these people that they use the grinders and they do the time lapses, and it's still an hour's worth of video. Alright guys, so I'm going to make a straight edge inside the I burnt my, I think I might have a blister on my foot, but I actually burnt through, I can show you here. I was using a partner saw, big cutting wheel. Yeah, I burnt my foot. But I decided that I was gonna put my foot right behind where the sparks were going. Burnt a hole right through my shoe, and it started getting a little warm for some reason. And yeah, looked down and my shoe was on fire, so it wasn't smart. But Chris and I were talking about earlier, this piece of, I don't know, probably about 1/8 inch thick metal in the floor of this thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna magnet 4 of these, double side tape 4 of these really strong magnets to the back side of this, and hopefully that will hold it in place. Hey babe. So we're gonna give that a try and see if it works. All right, let's see if it sticks to the wall and stays in one spot. Ouch! Oh, baby, that's gonna work perfect. Get a load of that. Sweet. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out where I want to put my vertical cuts, and we'll go from there. Oh, jeez. that wouldn't be good. Woo! Won't do that. I'm gonna get everything fired up.
Goodness.
Ah, that feels good getting whipped in the face with this. Guess I should learn how to take it off. Holy buckets. It's so hard having the mask on. It's choking me out and slapping me in the face. All right, so we've got about 90% of the floor cut out of the other container. This container, we've got the whole floor cut out. Cross beams are cut out except for the ones that are marked with orange. We've got 4 of those in there. Those are moving braces. What those will do is they will keep everything kind of hopefully stable while we move this thing. It's losing a lot of its rigidity by cutting all this metal out of it. Floors are moving very easily. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the up and downs in the wall every 9 feet, and then I'm gonna pack it up for the day. We've got basically almost have these 2 containers finished up. These two are going on the ground floor, and they're definitely the most work. We don't have to cut the floors out of any of the ones for the upstairs, thank goodness, because even with a plasma cutter, and I mean it went well, it just took a little while. If it wasn't for that plasma cutter, holy buckets, total butt kicking session. So I'm glad that Chris let me use that, that's for sure. But we're gonna do some cutting. I don't know if I look tired, but man, I feel it. All right guys, beautiful Sunday morning here. What I did is I put a couple of straps in this one. I've almost got this one completely cut. I accidentally cut through this center piece. There's like a 2-foot section here that I wanted to leave in as a brace, and I got so carried away with using that plasma for the first time that I blazed right through the bottom there. Thinking we're gonna re-weld that. I don't want this to sag. But we're gonna roll with what we've got. We got our verticals cut. We don't have the ends cut yet on this one, so I got to cut the 2 ends. But my idea is to cut the 2 verticals on the ends and cut across all the way across the top there. Alright guys, first panel is out. I was a little worried about it getting bent up as it came out, but everything looks fine. I was thinking I was going to be taking more care of trying to let them go out gently or kind of tip them out, and this piece came out just fine, didn't bend it up. And we're using it for siding, and we want it to look like a container anyways. The side is literally ready to fall out. I've got some tabs up on the top corners of each of these pieces, you know, maybe an inch, inch and a half. I'll show you here. That right there, that is what's holding in these pieces from just falling out. Super stoked that that things are going so well with cutting up these containers. Like I said, these are the two worst ones as far as the amount of cutting that we have to do, and so I'm glad I did the two tough ones first, because then the rest of them will hopefully seem like a breeze. Yeah, we're ready. We're going to be ready to move these things onto the site here as soon as the concrete polishing company is done grinding away. So things are going to start moving along, guys. All right, guys, it's time to knock out 2 or 3 pieces from the side. Get that out, and it'll look like a chopped up container. Alright guys, alright, so we've been kicking some butt. This container is completely ready to be moved onto the slab. We've got all the wall, the one whole side cut out. Got the doors taken off that end. So this one is ready for install. This one here is just about there. Wanted to show you how I got the doors off on the other one. These are all one-trip containers, one-time use, so they're new. I don't know if these doors are going to have any value to someone, but we've got 12 of these doors, and we're looking at using possibly 2 of them. There's one for sure, but possibly 2 spots in the house where we want to do like a barn sliding door, and we want to do it out of one of these container doors because we're using containers for our house. So we thought it would be cool to have that barn sliding door, container door. But to get these off, what we're gonna do is, if you look in here, there's just that little tiny gap, but that plasma cutter actually will blow that hinge right out, blow that post of the hinge right out. I can't emphasize this enough. If you're gonna do a shipping container house and you're cutting these things up, if you have to sell your firstborn to get a plasma cutter, do it. If you have to beg and borrow, do it. But whatever you do, I didn't use a cutting wheel or a grinder on any of this, and I don't need to do that to know that plasma cutter just saved me probably a week's worth of time. This is awesome. The neighbors got horses and they're watching me, probably wondering why I'm talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. We'll blast these 2 doors off real quick and show you how that goes. You're enjoying so far, and stick with us. We're gonna have a lot of boring stuff lately, but we're gonna have some fun stuff. We got up all the structural steel. Apparently that doesn't take too long, a couple of days, and that goes up. And then of course after that we've got crane day, so pretty excited to set those 4 containers on the upper level. But yeah, rock and roll, man. Didn't turn out too bad. Everything that goes well, I'm extremely thankful for, because there's stuff that just doesn't. So, peace out, guys.